Hello traders, this is the DAX recap video for January the 10th, for Thursday, and this is the updated chart that was posted before the open. And before the open we had this situation that DAX was already below yesterday low here and looking pretty bearish at that time. So expectation was that this main area of resistance around 11k could be tested again, and that still stands as a possibility. And then that these both gaps could be filled, and they did. Contraction leads to expansion. Yesterday we have contraction, smaller range. Today was also smaller range so far. And this here, what yesterday price got really close to this main resistance zone, and we should consider that as a first test in these days of this zone. So zone got tested, it was rejected so far, and where were the opportunities? And they was a bit difficult, not like Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, where we had plenty of more easier opportunities. Low-hanging fruits was available at least once on every of those days. But today it wasn't really the case. They started like with a big shake. First we got this spike above to test this yesterday low zone, and they immediately got hammered. If you would look this on a 15-minute chart, you will see that this from here to here is a 115-minute candle of 77 points. Now that is something that we really don't see much, even in the kind of environment where DAX makes 200 plus points per day. And that was a signal, but it was a false signal. It was a signal that they want to make open drive lower, that they got hammered from the yesterday low, that bears are going to, sellers are going to smash it down from the yesterday low, but that didn't happen, and in fact that was the bear trap. They just pushed price a bit below pre-market low and below this 800 to 820 zone. That there was a gap that got filled from January 8th, that got filled immediately after the open. And I said on Twitter, if they want to go below that, then even the pullback to this this previous to pre-market low could be shortable. But there was only a small reaction, and basically that trade was a loser. If you took that trade, that was most certainly a loser, at the best a break-even, because they just poked below, and here it was another opportunity for us to short, but that gave like 30-35 points, maybe enough to cover the loss from this previous one. Or if you were stubborn to wait for the lower lows, then this was certainly a break-even trade from here. And now we are observing this. I wrote on Twitter something from George Slezak. He said in his book, sell signal that failed is a buy signal, and vice versa. And that is what we had today, basically. At this time here, it is almost like 10:30, hour and a half from the open. If they wanted to, to hammer down the price from yesterday low and make an expansion of the range to the downside, they would do it in these first hours. They wouldn't wait for the US Open or anything like that. And we only got this shake, and market was just grinding and grinding higher. And once, when they are above this spike and grinding here, you observe this grind is basically what they're doing. They're making a bull flag to the zone, and they're going above, and this is another chance for us to make to try to short this market using previous cash close and pre-market high together as a reference points for short. And that short was good just to this zone. So closing here, because this whole move was a grind, the market isn't really exhausted here, because it traveled only like 100 points from here to here, 110 points, and we know that that is much less than the average range on DAX. So market isn't exhausted here, and this short here could be only a reaction. And now when we are observing this, this is the time for us to close, and this is the time also to think about and to attempt a long, and what would be the reasons for that. If you observe this in real time, you will then understand that market just poked below yesterday low, poked below this zone from here, 800, 820, and now it is above. That this here is basically a false breakdown, a bear trap, and the market made just 100 move to the upside, and as I said in my morning notes, main area could be tested again. So they could be preparing another test of these higher zones, and now they are making a pullback to this zone where they are grinding and leaning on it. And you could use also a fib to make sure. And what you get 38.2 and a half back inside the zone. So this wasn't really easy to catch, but that there was a pullback from the cash close to the zone and long from here. I said this stopping process can last for some time, and of course closing longs at the previous cash close or at this second zone. If you look it on Blanco chart, this was the situation in pre-market. Head and shoulders formation. Later I draw a bullish wedge on it. But be mindful of these formations, head and shoulders, wedge, and all sort of this stuff. It is a 50-50 kind of things. Those patterns really are not 100% correct. There could be, even on daily chart, there could be some shakes and going up and down and testing and retesting until the real move happened. I usually show this bullish wedge on daily chart, these black lines. It failed. So let's go now to the daily chart and observe this zone again. This is main resistance zone, and basically confirmation of the rollover is going to be when price gets below yesterday's low, below this candle, this first candle that touched the zone. Now this here in next few days, they could go even higher to try to reconnect with the daily moving average 50, to try to poke this zone a bit and then to roll over, or we could roll over even tomorrow or on Monday on some levels below high of yesterday. We don't know that. We are just making some scenarios and rolling over from this zone on any way, from making a false breakdown and then a rollover is still, in my opinion, better odds than break of this zone pullback and continuation to the upside. That is, in my opinion, a low odds scenario, because so far most of these big lows on DAX, on S&P, on any indices were in form of double bottoms, and you should observe that on your own also. Look at this, it's like triple bottom, and here we had double bottom and so on. Usually you have a test of these good lows. So that is it for this video, and tomorrow you will get another set of updated charts with morning notes. Thanks for watching. I wish you a good day and good trading.